Hello and welcome to the final video for Teen Summer Reading 2021. Thank you guys for joining me on this last one. Today's project is going to be a freeform poster, or as I like to call it, a do-it-yourself printer's tray. This right here is a printer's tray, and in the olden days of printing presses and whatnot, the printer's tray was where they stored all of the little type letters. That's where the letters actually sat, and you had to line them up and then do the whole printing press thing on them. It was really neat. Anymore, they're mostly used for display of small little knickknacks, but that's basically what we're going to be making today. It's going to be really kind of awesome, and let's get started. What I'm showing you right here is actually the inspiration for this, and it's a kit that I bought on Amazon because I thought, hey, we could probably use this as a project. It'll be really neat. I will link to it in the description below, but this is the kind of thing that inspired it. You're making a whole bunch of little boxes, and you can either put stickers in them, you can put little knickknacks in them. These are the stickers that came with it that I wasn't really able to duplicate precisely for obvious copyright infringement reasons. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that it came with. It came with stickers, it came with liners for the boxes to make them different colors. You've got crayons, you've got some paper in there. We'll show you what I actually sent with you in a minute. But it's basically everything in the box that you haven't used yet. But from here, you will have a couple of graphic sheets. This is just stuff that I thought was fun. You can go looking through magazines or old books or any photos that you've got lying around, anything that is small enough to fit. You've got some very heavy cardstock in both black and white to work with, and it needs to be pretty heavy. This is heavier than standard cardstock. Somewhere in there you will have a template. This is what you're going to be using to make the boxes. I'm only going to be making one of those on camera because I made a whole bunch of them the day before. And that's just all the other stuff. I mean, you've got some pom-poms in there, you probably have some string in there. There should be a very tiny little rubber animal. It's just stuff that you may or may not find useful for this. To start with, we're just going to be making a box, and to do that I will be tracing the rough guide of that template onto a sheet of white cardstock. I used white so that you could actually see it. When you're making your black ones, you will probably want to use the white crayon. It's the only one that'll show up on that. But yeah, you're going to trace around this, and then you will cut it out. And you can fit, I think, 5 to a sheet of cardstock. But once you've traced around it and cut it out, then I will go through how to score it so that it will fold where you want. And then you just glue it together. Alright, once you got it cut out, you're going to want to, I usually prefer to put something under it just to have a little bit of padding. I'll find it here in a second. And a straight edge, and you're going to want to find your bone folder that was in your June kit. If not, you can use your fingernail, you can use anything that isn't sharp that will just leave a score line, a little mark in the cardstock as opposed to cutting through it. So you will want to score it pretty much just like the template looks. You're going to want to score it across all 4 edges and across both of those tabs, after which you will fold all of them in so that you've got the creases, and then you will be gluing the tabs to, you can choose whether you want the tabs on the inside or the outside. I always put them on the outside. But I used the glue sticks for this, just the permanent Scotch glue sticks. If you have enough glue dots lying around, those work very well too, but I wasn't able to provide you with enough to glue every single box together. So that's why I suggest using the permanent glue stick. Alright, so once you have a bunch of boxes made, I actually made quite a few the day before I recorded this, just to make it a little easier on myself and the video a little shorter. Now you get to decorate them. Here's where you can just add all manner of tiny things. That is the Shrinky Dink that we made in June. If your origami pieces are small enough, you could tack them in here. Keep in mind that this is meant to be displayed on a wall, so you don't want to have too much that's just sitting in a bad angle. But just fill it up with everything that you've got on hand. I went through my house and picked up some tiny things that I figured I could use in these too. You may have to re-glue the boxes together a couple times. And just just have fun with this. I made some linings, I added just some charms that I've got lying around, I cut up the graphic sheets. This is literally just me having a little bit of fun with this. But once it's all together, you will be needing to glue the boxes together to make an actual, something that you can hang up. You probably want to save out a piece of cardstock to like put on the back and maybe glue all of these to that, because it's not going to want to stick very well. But that is when you will be wanting to use the glue dots as well. They're a little bit more secure. But basically from here, you just kind of have fun. Do posters, you can draw in these things, you can write in these things. Probably is a good idea to draw or write in them before you actually put them together. It's very difficult, as you can see by the fact that my head is completely in frame as I'm trying to write. But it does work. You will have some fun. So just go nuts and make a whole bunch of little boxes that you think are cool. Once you've got a bunch of them made, you will arrange them how you think would look cool, and then use the glue dots to hold them together and potentially hold them to something, a backing of some sort, either another piece of cardstock or whatever you can find. That's what I'm about to do here, is start gluing them together with those little glue dots. So yeah, pretty much once you've got a bunch of boxes made, you can put them together however you like, and this is 100% designed to be as freeform and as creative as you desire to be. So go forth and have fun. And there you have it. I hope you guys had fun with this project. Make sure to log your reading. Today is the last day to do it. Today is July the 30th, and I will be closing down the reading log in the app at 4 p.m. today. So get in there, get it all logged in, and winners will be notified next week. Thanks, and have a good summer.